Hey guys, welcome back to Fleetyards. I'm Captain Foley.
I am Commander Coggins.
And today we are taking a look at one of the ships that we saw in episode 3 of the Orville. We love taking a look at new ships of any kind.
Is that what we do here on this channel?
It's what we do. It's how this channel became a thing.
Yeah.
Yes. Today we're going to be looking at, like I said, episode 3, about a girl. And this is the Moclan ship. So this is Bortus's race, his ship, or species, or people, I guess. Their ship.
So first reaction on this design, Stuart.
First reaction was not what I expected. I expected something a little bit more militaristic, a little more. They seem more like a military, kind of species. Much like the Klingons, they have that kind of gruff attitude. They're all male, so there's a lot of testosterone flying around. So I figured there'd be more armaments and more aggression to this ship. Not necessarily. This wasn't necessarily a military ship though. It was just a ship called to transport them to the planet, so it could be any kind of ship. But I do like the colors. I do like a lot of the shapes. They're very simple, and that's one thing I'm really liking about Orville is how they impress me every time with new ships. I always find it interesting how people can keep coming up with new ship ideas and not copy everything that's been seen, and they've done so much. So anyway, I thought it was fantastic design.
Yeah, my literal first reaction was, confused now. It's not what I thought it was going to be. If you look at, just like when Rick Sternbach and those guys, in Star Trek, they look at either the emblem or makeup and try and take parallels from that. You look at their makeup, it's all strong shapes, bit bulbous, bit broad shoulders. I was expecting hexagons and big bulky shapes, not another squid. It has that sort of vibe. Very smooth. I mean, I guess probably a transport. Unless they only have warships. I mean, we hear in the episode their main export is weapons. So you can imagine their main ship class is either transports, which will still be heavily armed, or weapon ships, or just everything's a gunship, because why not? So I was really like, that is not what I would pitched for their race. That said, I really like the colour. The design itself is great. Reminds me a lot of Moya from Farscape, especially with the back piece. But I like it. I mean, it amazes me that everything, squid. I mean, the shuttle, the Orville, and this, it's a common theme in this world, in this universe.
And it didn't say squid right away, coming at the camera, but later when we see it parked beside the ship, it definitely has those tendrils.
Yeah.
And actually, it's funny, that scene of it beside the ship, it looks like a very angry Muppet. If you turn that on its side and put the back of the ship down, it looks like a very angry Gonzo, with the long nose, and you can see the eyes there with his brow. That's exactly what I saw the first time I watched it. I was looking at it going, it looks like an angry Muppet.
Does that mean because Kermit is in is his canon? Do you think Seth MacFarlane is saying every ship needs to be a Muppet design?
That sounds like a conspiracy and worthy of a video.
Is Orville ship designs based on Muppets? Discuss. Jesus. Million view video.
Yeah. To be honest, to be fair, the krill have the same kind of design at the back. We've got, just that empty space and the protrusions on each side.
Yep.
Similar to Orville even. I'm kind of getting sick of seeing this in this universe. I want to see a different style of ship. And we did a little bit with the Keldon.
Yes.
But they're not really part of the Union. So I want to see... I don't know. The sea animals are nice, but for every ship we see, it's getting a little old. I don't know if that's just my opinion.
3 and we're already complaining. No, it's tricky, but like I said, it doesn't seem to reflect the race. Now, it could be as simple as they've been part of the Union for 100 years, technology disperses, maybe the FTL drive likes that sort of shape. That would explain why, because they both come out of FTL the same effect. Maybe that's part of it, who knows. I will just say, Stuart, I don't know if you remember or noticed, but as someone commented on a Krill episode, the ship we see in the full episode is a completely different design to the one we see in the trailer.
Really?
Completely different design. It's green, but that's the only thing it shares.
Really?
Mm-hmm. I didn't remember either, but I went back and looked.
Wasn't aware of that, so...
Yep. So, the 2 Krill cruiser designs. It's really I like the new one as well. It's just a lot better. Although it's interesting, we still got one of the Deredex vibes from the trailer one, despite it not looking remotely the same, in colour.
Yeah.
Sorry, little side note there. But yeah, okay. So let's look at some details. So the second picture, you've got just like the Krill as well. Very, very. I mean, it's a big ship. See, compared to the other one, it's a big ship, but ultra small amount of windows and ultra minimal amount of just spacing of them for the entire ship. Again, I guess that's not the point. They're not highlighting seeing out of space onto space. Yeah, well, I like the kind of Cylon vibe, the two, and again, very Krill-like.
Yeah, I don't know if I always equate the color of starships to what we see in Star Trek, just because I'm so used to Star Trek ships, and of course the Krill have the same kind of green as the Romulans. This I think has more of a Vulcan kind of vibe as far as the whole color and the temperature of the color. It just seems very Vulcan to me.
Well, to be fair, if you TNG Vulcan, if this was a late TNG Vulcan ship, what would you think?
Perfect.
Yeah, I wouldn't be. Yeah, yeah. Maybe connect the ring at the back and make it a full warp ring or something, or have like a little ring in between at the back. Yeah, which is kind of surprising.
Yeah.
But if you go to picture 3, those big circle elements, and they seem like the circle motifs. The Krill didn't have any, but the Catan, the other ones did. I'm assuming impulse drives that don't give it no impulse. I mean, like reactor cores or I don't know.
Yeah, good point. Yeah, I would say either the main core for the propulsion, or maybe some kind of sublight drive, maybe. Because I can't see anything else on it that might be a. Well, at the end of each one of the squid-like appendages on the side, there are like lit elements in there.
That's interesting.
Those could be the maneuvering thrusters or engines.
Obviously, the two things right at the back look like impulse drives, but I think they're probably the fighter shuttle, because you need a shuttle bay. It appears in this universe.
Yeah.
And this seems to be the common thread with three of the 4 ships or 5 ships we've seen. So it's probably a shuttle bay. But now we're looking at the back. What do you think about all that texturing of the back? Because that's a lot more detail in this aft section in the internals bit.
It must serve some kind of purpose, but I couldn't imagine what. Because like you said, the shuttle bay is up in there, protected. It's kind of like the shuttle bay on the Orville also is set in and protected. Got to go through the rings, so you can still your shields up, maybe, and protect that area, and have shuttles maneuvering in there before they get into the bay.
Yeah.
So maybe some kind of shield emitters or some kind of guidance system for the shuttle as it goes through. It could be some like tractor beams. I don't know. I don't really see much of a purpose for them being textured like that, unless they do something. Like form follows function, as we always say. So it must have some kind of purpose, and it's not like those things articulate and can move up and down like a squid. Because if that was the case, that's what they would be for. They would be the points where they move. But yeah, I don't know. If it's just for detailing, if it's just for looks, or if it's actually intended on purpose.
I kind of like the difference in style, because the outside is very polished. I mean, it's kind of grubby, but it's very polished, very, very smooth, very organic, right? As soon as you get to the inside, if you give that squid motif, you've got the strong outer shell, softer internal belly, or underside. So for me, it feels like, I'm not going to say unfinished, but they don't put as much of a focus on plating, on armoring, on finishing the details, on making it all smooth for the work areas than the rest of the ship. I mean, if there's a race that focuses on weapons and stuff, then they would come in, fire all guns blazing, and they can move where the ship needs to be to stop that bit getting hit potentially. It's just a case of they didn't feel need to finish it with nice sexy armor. It does it's the good as it needs to be. Like I say, I think it feels like an underbelly. Those squids that go like feels like that, and it goes to the water. It feels like that sort of vibe. But I kind of like it. I like the silvers to counterbalance it. And if you go sort of like the last picture, there's loads of greeblies. It kind of reminds me of a replicator with those sorts of detailing. But yeah, I mean, in terms of CG, it's just what on earth we put there? Add things, greeblies, I don't know. But I think it kind of works.
One more thing I want to point out is when it jumps to faster than light, or uses its quantum drive,
Mm-hmm.
it's got like streaks following it, or when it comes out of it, it's got streaks following it from the yellow bits on this side there. So I don't know.
Yeah, they seem to imply the engine points on the Orville, and yet they're coming out of windows, it seems, on the two lines of windows at the front. Maybe it's just any visible light. Yeah, maybe it's just streaking light rather than streaking warp particles.
Yeah. I just thought it was a neat effect coming out of warp, so...
It looks very different like that. Like, it looks more cylindrical and such. But I appreciate it's the same effect.
Yeah, it looks like a totally different ship coming out of warp.
So yeah, there you go, guys. What's it called? Moclan ship from
the Moclan.
Moclan ship from Orville episode 3. Really great. We're getting new ships every single episode because boy is that good for us.
Although every time I see a ship, I just go, oh, it's more work. All right, let's continue with the story.
Yes. But I mean, yeah, just like with all things, I'd love to see authors of this. I'd love to know who designed it. Who built it and all that stuff in 3D. Hopefully we'll get to talk to them at some point. And yeah, I'm hoping this is a cargo ship. I'm hoping this is like just a ferry style craft. One subtext thing, if they were to send a warship to go after the Orville to try and get their crew members, that'd be them assuming there could be a conflict. Other outsiders don't understand our ways. Let's show some force, because this ship is significantly larger than the Orville. I mean, multiple times. Or if it's just a cargo... Oh, sorry.
I was going to say, but as I said earlier, weren't sure if this was a transport ship or what it was that was sent there. It was probably just the closest ship. Because they just wanted somebody to transport them back to their planet. I don't necessarily think it was military, because I think they thought the same thing. If we send a military ship, we could have problems with the Union, because we know that their morality doesn't agree with us.
Yeah.
And we don't want to come off as, too strong.
Well, that's the thing. Yeah, would they really send a warship and send that huge message? Because they didn't seem... I mean, they seemed quite relatively relaxed in the boardroom, saying, we're having a conversation. We're not at the mercy of guns blazing. I felt as if, especially when they stood up to the captain, it's like it's not a case of, okay, you can threaten us, but I'm not backing down because I think I have a chance, despite being a survey vessel, science vessel. So I'd like to think they just have big cargo ships. And it's a slightly taller race, which implies slightly bigger ships. It's just a natural progression. And if they need to give you whole big weapons for big starships, then you need big cargo room.
And interestingly enough, no visible weapons ports on this ship. Same with pretty much every other ship we've seen so far.
Yeah.
Except for the Krill. They have very obvious weapons ports, some huge guns, but all the other ones we've seen have been very subdued. I don't even know where they really are on the Orville, so...
Yeah.
And it's kind of like Gene Roddenberry's vision. It's an exploratory ship. Why would we have visible weapons, right?
Yeah.
So.
But we do have cutting beams. Big blue beams.
Big
cutting
blue cutting beams that can kill you and disintegrate your ship. You owe me a beer. All right, guys. So that's it for the Moclan
something or other.
Moclan ship. We don't know if it's a destroyer or transport, whatever, but it's a cool looking ship. Yeah. And looking forward to hearing your thoughts on it. What do you think? Put it in the comments below. And if you want to help us continue making these episodes when we see new ships, because there will be new ships all the time, and we're the ship channel, that's what we focus on. That's our main thing. You can help us out. You can do that by going to Patreon. There's a link provided in the description below. Just click it. You can help us on a monthly basis, and that is very, very helpful. It's much like a subscription or, subscribing to Netflix or Hulu or something like that. You get free content anyway, but you can help us by, making sure that we actually can make the content. That would be nice. Just less than a cup of coffee a month would be beneficial.
Well, it's like Netflix. You pay monthly, you get all the free stuff, but they also can make Netflix originals, so you get better free shows, but by buying everything. So if you support us, you get everything free, and we get to make better stuff. Yeah. So, but if you can't support, then please share everywhere. But I preempted Stuart. What's the other way you can help?
Head on over to Trekyards.com. There's a donate button, and you can do a one-time donation that way. If you just want to do one time, you don't want to do a monthly thing, that's fine. We understand. But whenever you can help out, if you want to help out, head on over there and click the button.
Well, like I said, just share, and subscribe to this channel. Like any videos that you actually like, because that does help the algorithms. Make sure you click that bell notification next to subscribe, because you'll actually see us on your feed, which is very important, because you're all your lovely subscribers, and you should all tune into every episode. So to know it comes out, click the button.
What he said.
Yeah.
All right, guys. We will see you next time here on Fleetyards or Trekyards, whatever you're watching at the time. So until then, I'm Captain Foley.
I'm Commander Holmes.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.